Here is a graph of our experimental results. As you can see, the percentage concentration of oxygen gas for each plant species over time roughly resembles a curve. The turning point of this graph is around 12 in the afternoon. This is due to the bearing of a window. We used room 301 and the window there faces northwest. Before 12 o'clock, because the window was facing northwest and the sun was rising as usual from the east, there was no direct sunlight. The rainy weather before noon didn't help things, and so with no sunlight, the respiration rate of plant cells is greater than photosynthetic rate. Therefore, the oxygen concentration decreases. After 12 o'clock, the window is still facing northwest, but the sun has moved towards the west, and particularly with the weather clearing up slightly after the showers in the morning, there is more direct sunlight. The photosynthetic rate is greater than the respiration rate of the plants. Therefore, the oxygen concentration increases. Here we have a brief overview of photosynthesis and respiration. Carbon dioxide and water combine when in the presence of light and chlorophyll to produce sugar and oxygen. Plant cells have both chloroplasts and mitochondria. Oxygen is released during the photolysis of water in the chloroplasts, while it is consumed in the oxidative phosphorylation in the electron transport chain in the mitochondria and converted into water. Carbon dioxide is consumed in the formation of glucose in the chloroplast. Carbon dioxide is released from respiration, from the complete oxidation of glucose in mitochondria. Translating it to English, it basically means the equation above. In our experiment, we chose 3 species of plants, Phytonia albivinus, Selaginella crossyana, and Podocarpus macrophyllus, and recorded their oxygen production by concentration. By multiplying the percentage concentration of oxygen and the volume of the bag, which we measured to be around 4000 cm3 by the method of displacement, we obtained the oxygen volume in the bag. The difference of oxygen volume before and after the experiment, which lasted a school day, is as follows. By Avogadro's law V over N equals K, we know that the amount of carbon dioxide consumed equals the amount of oxygen produced. Phytonia albivinus produced 55.20 cubic centimeters of oxygen, consuming the same amount of carbon dioxide. Selaginella crossyana produced 56.00 cubic centimeters of oxygen, consuming the same amount of carbon dioxide. Podocarpus macrophyllus produced 84.40 cubic centimeters of gas. We can see that out of these 3 species, Podocarpus macrophyllus produced the largest volume of gas, and therefore we can conclude that this is the species that is the best candidate for Green Classroom out of these 3. Our results are significant in 2 major ways. The first one is better learning. Carbon dioxide and oxygen levels affect our body's alertness. The more oxygen is in the air, the more oxygen we can take into our blood through breathing and for our brains to function properly. Carbon dioxide is a medical anesthetic and will lead to drowsiness and yawning in high concentrations. With a lower level of carbon dioxide in air, we will be less drowsy and therefore be more attentive. Or at least that's how the assumption goes. The second point of significance is that these plants are aesthetically pleasing. Although we have chosen cheap pot plants, it is entirely possible to choose any plant that pleases the eye, as all plants undergo photosynthesis